Come pewing around the corner. You supposed to be walking somebody outside. Hold on. She's eating down, honey. She's eating down. I'm trying to finish my bottle of greens, child. It's just chlorophyll. All right, that's all I need for right now. Ooh, I look tea. I look tea. Hey sisters, it's Trinity Alayah and welcome back to my channel. Before I get into today's video, make sure you are following me on all my social media accounts at Trinity Alayah and that you are subscribed, because what you wait on? And make sure you push that post bell notification so you never miss when I post a video. Thank you. And in today's video, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be telling a story time, as you can see by the title. I love story times. I love watching these videos on YouTube, and I kind of already knew that that's kind of what I was going to get into as I started doing content. And we are almost to 1,000. We only going up from here, and so I just wanted to put this out there to y'all, see if y'all like this type of content, and then hopefully I could push out more if y'all want to see these videos. I've always wanted to tell stories because I have a very chaotic and interesting teenage life, because I'm only 22, so you could just imagine. You can just imagine what I had to tell y'all at such a young age, and it's entertaining. And I just feel like looking back on the experiences and looking back on the things that I went through, it's just like, did I put myself in a situation, or was like I don't know, like, it's just like, it's no way I went through the things that I went through. I was very, very young, and I am still very young, and I am still learning. So just give me a little bit of grace in the comments when you hear some of these stories, but it's just diabolical to me that I even went through some of the things that I went through. I'm just so loyal. I'm a ride or die. When it comes to friends, when it comes to family, when it comes to anybody, I'm just 10 toes. I'm very forgiving, and I'm just so easy. I'm just so easy going when it comes to like the people that I like ride for. Like, I kind of let a lot slide, but then sometimes once I'm fed up, I can't let it slide no more, and then I just explode. So we're just gonna go ahead and get straight into this story time because it's very interesting, and I kind of want to know how y'all would have went about the situation, if y'all think I was even in the wrong, or just like what y'all think, basically. So be very nice in the comments. Let's not get out of control. Let's keep it at a bare minimum. Y'all can give constructive criticism, but let's not disrespect, okay? Thank you. As you can see by the title, y'all know exactly what this story is about to be about, or y'all kind of got an idea of what this story is about to be about, so let's just get straight into it. Let's go. So we got an itinerary for the story because hoes love their itineraries, and they be real serious about their itineraries. Hey, hold on, this shit ain't funny. It ain't funny, but it is. So I got an itinerary for the story so that I could keep on track and don't go everywhere, because my brain will literally go everywhere. So I'm just gonna start from the beginning. Took accountability for my wrongdoings in the situation, but we're no longer friends, so I really don't care, and I can talk about whatever I want to talk about. To set the scene for you guys, I was 20 at the time, and I was pretty much integrating into a new friend group. I knew a few of the girls that was already in the friend group, and other ones I just kind of knew of. But I was like integrating into this friend group, hanging out with them on occasion, and it was a grand time. Like, we was having so much fun. We were just going out, living, being young, and at the time I wasn't even 21, but we was getting me into these places. Like, I promise you, I done probably been in all type of clubs, and I was only 19 and 20 at the time of these stories. Allegedly. All of this is alleged. When I turned 21, it was like kind of short-lived though. When I turned 21, we had a little bit more of a blast and then it was over. But anyway, staying on track, because like I said, I'm getting off track. I already got the names for everybody. I'm just gonna call us the Mean Girls because it's easier. It's easier to keep up with the names that way. So I'm gonna call us the Mean Girls. In the Mean Girls, it was 2 girls that were closer than the rest of the group. They would even consider themselves best friends. So we're gonna call them Regina and Gretchen. They're gonna be the 2 best friends of the group. We have Corinne, who is friends with one of the other best friends. She's very like a go with the flow type of person. So yeah, we're gonna give her the name Corinne. We have me, and then we ran out of Mean Girl names, and she don't really give the last Mean Girl, so I came up with a different name for the other Mean Girl, and we're gonna call her Blair. And it's because her voice was blaring loud as fuck. It was loud as hell. I'm loud. I have my fair share of times where I can get loud, but her voice was like blaring. Like it was always loud. It was always turned up 1,000. It was never a time where it was inside voice. It was never quiet time. It was always loud. Always up here. Always rah, rah, rah. So we're gonna call her Blair. And my best friend, we're just gonna call her best friend because she in this story too. Now that y'all know I was integrated into a friend group and I was hanging out with them, my best friend, she was in the military and she was in tech school at the time and she was going through like her training and things like that. So we really weren't seeing much of each other. So pretty much all my free time was devoted to this friend group, if that makes any sense. Like that's who I was hanging out with, right? My best friend was coming home and I couldn't remember exactly what it was for, if it was a break or... I don't know. I just know she was reporting a couple days throughout the week, and so she was staying at my house, going back and forth to her house. But she was staying at my house a couple days, and we were spending time together. And it was like, ugh, I miss my girls. So it was like so fulfilling to see my friend. But I was telling her about these girls and telling her how, oh, I met the Mean Girls, and I really like hanging out with them, and we done been to all these different places, and it's just a good time every time we get together. And if they want to hang out, like, would you be down to hang out with them? And she was like, yeah. Anybody that you would be cool with, you got pretty good judgment of people. So anybody you would be cool with, I would be cool with. At least we thought, right? Okay. Anyways, my judgment was very... I can see I'm blind. It was very like faded when it came to this friend group. This is off topic and I know I'm getting off topic, but when it came to this friend group, it was so easy for me to just give them and just put it to like, that's the type of person they are, or like they don't mean any harm by it, forgiving, letting it pass, if that makes any sense. And really have to stop doing that. And I'm really firm on how I feel in the situation and making sure I stand up for my feelings. And if you make me feel some type of way, it's not just gonna be, oh, you're my friend, that's just how you act. Like, no, we not doing none of that. Okay, I'm back. I had to change out my camera battery and like readjust and everything. But like I was saying, so we were all craving some outside at this point, and Corinne, she was like an outside girl. She was very like popular and everything like that. So she had told Gretchen that basically she knew somebody that was having a section, and he told her she can invite whoever. So she had got a head count of how many of us it was gonna be, and it was gonna be 6 of us. So she had got a head count of how many of us it was gonna be. We started getting ready to basically put this plan into motion. It was gonna be like a Sprinter van, like taking them to the location from the city we were going to, but we don't live in that city, so we weren't riding in the Sprinter van or nothing like that. So we just had all planned to meet up at Gretchen's house, and me and my best friend, we were already together. Regina lived on the same side of town. Regina and Blair lived on the same side of town as Gretchen, so it just made sense to all meet up at Gretchen's house. And then we were able to ride in Gretchen's parents' big SUV, so it just was perfect. Like, it just all ended up working out, right? So we're texting, everybody's communicating. I'm in a group chat with them. I'm texting my best friend, keeping her updated. I'm showing her what they're wearing. We showing each other, like, we just keeping each other up to date, making sure we, you know, on the same vibe, matching the tires. Like, we never matched. We not no matching assholes. This ain't a band, but we like used to match like attire. Like, if we going chill, if we going cutesy, if we going a little bit, showing a little bit more skin, you know. So I had decided I was gonna wear like this cute little tiny outfit. I could not find any pictures of me in this outfit. If I can find the picture after I record this, I will put it up on the screen. But I had on this cute, at the time I was a little bit slimmer, so I had on this cute like 2-piece. It was like a bra and like some shorts with like a jacket and literally some Air Force Ones. But It was actually cute. It was very Y2K. I had on like leg warmers and everything else. Like, it was so cute. And then I had like some straight back braids. I was getting like so cute. I ain't been outside in a minute and I really needed this. Nursing school was taking me through there and I was finna have a time, right? So we end up all getting ready. We're texting and I'm letting my best friend know like we running a little bit behind time, but hopefully they are too, you know what I mean? And just my luck, they were running behind time too, like real bad. So we're all running behind time. Mind you, we still have to travel like 2.5 hours or like 2 hours. So let's just fast forward. Once we all finally get ready and we meet up at Gretchen's house, we're already there pre-gaming. Now, I have nothing against pre-gaming, but we're driving 2.5 hours and at least the person that's driving don't need to be pre-gaming. Like, that's all I'm saying. When we get to the club, we're gonna drink again. And then, who's to say it ain't gonna be drinking afterwards? You know what I mean? Just precaution, like, we're finna go to a club. We're not the type to solely rely on niggas buying bottles. If we wanna drink, we're gonna go to the bar and get a shot, or we're gonna go to the bar and get a drink. Like, that's the type of people we are. So why would you sit here and pregame? So I already knew what type of night this was finna be. We're finna be lit. Like, we're finna be lit. And it really, at the time, I really didn't mind they was pre-gaming because I jumped in and started pre-gaming with them.
What's going on? Y'all are going to jail! Period!
And just looking back on it, why would we pre-game knowing that we still had to travel 2 hours and then we was gonna be in a club? I have no idea. We listen and we don't judge. Thank you. So we all loaded up in the truck. We all take like a couple shots or whatever. And now it's time to roll out. So we start riding, everything is cool. We just listening to music the whole way there. I'm not gonna lie, I dozed off because I had been at school all day, so I had took a nap. Fast forward, we get to the club. So it would be so much easier if I could just tell y'all what the club was so that y'all can just, if y'all know, y'all could just imagine like what the club was set up like. But basically it was downtown in the city we were in. And it wasn't small, but it was small. And it was like on a corner of a building or whatever. So we find a park. We make sure we lock up, we make sure we hide purses and everything like that. And then we walk up to the door to go get into this club. Now, Corinne is already there. She was already in the city. She rode on a Sprinter van. She was already with the group, with the people that was already there. She already kind of knew what the vibes was. She knew who was in there. She knew everything. Do I know if she was communicating with them and telling them what was going on? No, because at the time, me and Corinne weren't as close. She was just friends of Gretchen, but we did end up getting cooler or whatever, but at this time we were not cool like that. So we end up finally getting there. She communicating with Corinne. Gretchen is communicating with Corinne. She telling her like we outside or whatever. Tell him to come get us or whatnot. So when we're outside, we didn't realize that the people that was outside behind us or whatever was there for the same thing we was there for, right? So when we're outside, I'm not gonna lie, the security or whatever, they pushed us to the side and like he was pointing out people that was behind us. So it was kind of weird at first. We was kind of looking like the fuck, but we just let it slide, let it out, let's just see what's going on. So they let in the first little group of people or whatever, and then he talked to Gretchen and he was like, okay, who all with y'all? And so she points out who was all coming in or whatever. We all get wristband, and it was just weird how they wristbanded us anyways, because it's like picking one at a time who they was gonna wristband instead of just wristbanding us in a line like how we were lined up. It was moving past me, going to this person, moving past that person, coming to me, moving past, like, very weird. So we eventually get the wristbands and we get inside, and immediately I just feel like a wave of like, we shouldn't be here. I don't know how to describe it, but one, my discernment is very, very strong. I pray for my discernment every day. And two, it's just like something about my gut feeling and my intuitions. They don't play about me. So as soon as we enter the door, I got on shades. I remember this. I got on shades and I'm like, and I just look around and I put the shades back down. I said, fuck it, we ball. And we end up walking in there. And this is what I want to say to you young ladies. If your stomach and intuition is telling you should not be there, I don't care if I was 2 hours up that road, I definitely should have Ubered my ass all the way back down to my city where I came from. But anyways, I don't know if I said this when I was talking about like me integrating into the friend group. Getting back on it now, because I still like see them every now and again via social media, and just looking back on it now, I feel like I was just a placeholder for like I wish I could say more, but I can't. But me and Regina were closer. Me and Regina were like this, and of course her friends are her friends. Blair and Gretchen, of course those are her friends, but it's like me and Regina were like this, and you brought me into this friend group, and I just feel like I was a placeholder while you were at odds with other people, and it's just strange to me. It's just, to this day, I couldn't tell you. Never mind, let's just move past it. Basically, I just feel like I was a placeholder for friendship she had she lost, and I was just a placeholder until she made amends with those people again. If that makes any sense. Does it? I don't know. Leave it in the comments if that makes any sense to y'all. So we get into the club. Like I said, I'm not feeling the vibe really, but we get to the sections or whatever, and instantly it gets worse. Not better, worse. I'm like, OMG. It was so many females. If you've ever been to a section situation where you've been invited, like you're a plus to the section or whatever, and it's already females there, and then it's already niggas there, they're coupled up with females, like you already know what's going on. These females here, they know, them females know what they came here for. Me personally, I had a nigga that wasn't my nigga at the time, but he was my nigga. He's my nigga. Man, we was dealing with each other back then, and I knew I got somebody back home, so like I didn't come up here for that. So they had their female already picked out that they like brought into the section. So you can just imagine when you bring more females into a section, they're on 10s. They're just looking like, who is these bitches? They was like, and I mean, the looks were coming from every fucking part of the section. I mean, from the top of the couches to the bottom of the couches to the other side. Because what he did was he had got two sections. One that was at the top, and he had got the one that was directly below it. So he could basically bounce in between the middle. Nobody complained. So, I mean, that was cool. But it was just the fact that it was so many females, and then you just brought 6 additional females in here. So you could just imagine what the energy was. You could cut the tension with a knife. And we don't even know y'all. I didn't know half. I couldn't name nobody in there that I didn't come with. Besides one other girl, and she's not even important. She's not getting no name. But besides this one other girl, I couldn't name nobody else that was in that section. I swear to God. So, couldn't even name the nigga. I'm not gonna lie. I was texting about it. Like, we was all texting about it, like how it was kind of weird. Females were staring at us, how they act like they didn't want to scoot over and let us in the section. It was just strange how the shots was coming and they was grabbing the trays and not trying to pass the shots. He gave us our own tray. It was just weird. We was just texting about the whole vibe and just talking about the other females and they vibe, because I'm not gonna lie, we came together. So at the end of the day, we already had in the club, when we were at the club, it's important to note, when we were at the club, it was already stated that it was animosity and that it was like weird tension. All of us had that understood. And I mean, all of us. From Regina to Gretchen to Blair to Corinne to, well, I don't know if Corinne was in on the loop, because like I said, Corinne at the time, eventually she got closer with our friend group, but at the time she was just close to Gretchen, if that makes any sense. Are y'all keeping up with these names? Or are these names too much and I'm taking y'all all over the place? Like I was saying, it was already stated amongst us all that the vibes was weird, right? So fast forward, it's time to leave, and I mean, we're like at this point, I'm drunk. I'm a little drunk at this point. We went to the bar, we got our own drinks. I'm drunk. I'm not drunk to the point where I'm blacked out. I don't know what's going on. I'm unfocused. I'm having a good time. I'm laughing. I'm dancing. It's a good time, and I'm not paying them other females no attention. Keep that in mind. I'm not paying them other no attention. And that's why the fuck they mad. Fast forward, it's time to leave the club, and Corinne wants to go back to the Airbnb with the guy whose section that it is, which that's none of our business. And she asked us to take her instead of getting back on the Sprinter with everybody else, because she even felt the weird vibe. She wanted us to take her back. So we was like, okay, cool, which it worked out because Regina and Gretchen had to use the bathroom. So it worked out. We was like, okay, cool, we could just go to the Airbnb. They gonna use the bathroom. We gonna drop you off, and then we just gonna leave. We gonna go home. That should have been the only plan, because like I said, we were 2 hours away. The club usually closes at 2 o'clock. We still got 2 hours to go back home. We just got out of the club at 2. That'll put us at 4. Why am I getting 8 in the morning? Why am I getting 8 in the morning? Anyways, it all just worked out. She wanted us to take her back instead of getting on the Sprinter. So we was like, okay, cool. And like I said, it was another girl in the section that we knew. She don't need no name. She followed us. She was following us to take her back to the Airbnb because apparently everybody was going back to the Airbnb who was in the section and blah, 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 blah. At this time, like I said, I'm just with my best friend. We in the back of the truck. We happy we just went out. Really, I'm literally thinking we're just going to drop her off using the bathroom and we're finna head home.
I've been always had common sense. I just started using it though probably 2 months ago.
So all cool, like everything is good. We're all on one accord. We all think that bitches is weird. So once we get to the Airbnb, I realized that we are all tore up through the floor up because they're trying to use the bathroom in different bathrooms. They was getting water out the people's refrigerator with the cups from the Airbnb. They were trying to like sober themselves up, which is nothing wrong with that. Like I said, we were young, we were having a good time. Nobody was in danger in this video. So we were all just pretty much in the Airbnb chilling, not really keeping track of time, not really keeping track of the mission, not really keeping track of why we really here, not really keeping track of the fact that, like I said, it was dudes in the section. These dudes already got females here in the Airbnb, here in this section, here out of town with them, here to do what they came to do. And these extra females being around is not feeling right with them. And I knew it wasn't feeling right with them because the energy in that Airbnb was the same energy that was in that section. You could cut it with a knife. So like I stated before, I knew we was all a little bit lit because we lost the point of the mission, which was use the bathroom and drop Corinne off. I'm sorry, I be wanting to say their real name, but we lost point of the mission. Regina had left her phone in the car, which this is a big component to why I think the energy was so high. She left her phone in the car, which in tune caused her to get into it with her man because he was checking her location and it's saying house. We supposed to be at the club. It's a house and she not answering when he calling. So she finally comes to. This is how I know we were drunk. She finally comes to and she's like, where's my phone? Where's my phone? We go to the car. It's in the car. She calling. She on the phone. She trying to figure out why he mad at her or whatever. He tell her, cause why you at a house and you supposed to be at a club. And so she like, oh no, we was dropping out. So now she trying to get dude to explain to her man like why they actually here. But the dude was cool with her man, so it kind of did like work out. He basically just told her like, yeah, you need to go home though. So I'm thinking we're finna wrap this shit up. We're finna get ready to go home, right? They still upstairs. They still talking. They still chilling. I go downstairs. My best friend is down there with Corinne. Corinne is in the room of the guy whose section it was. Like I said, she's in his room. It was a bathroom in there, so they was in there chit-chatting it up or whatever. My best friend is a very pretty girl. So Corinne is like talking to my best friend. She's like, you're so pretty, you're so beautiful, all these different things. And I don't know if it was the alcohol talking or what was going on, but she basically like said to my best friend, you should have a, I don't know if I can say that. You should have a, can y'all see that? With us. Talking about her and the guy whose section it was. So basically with my best friend Corinne and the guy whose section it was, and my best friend is like, I don't even know you. I know him, like why would I be, so basically my best friend's like, no, why would I be down for that or whatever. So in the midst of us having this conversation in the room or whatever, my homegirls are upstairs, they talking, doing whatever they doing. Mind you, I left this out. Blair is literally in, so the homeboy that was talking to Gretchen on the phone, Blair is in his face, drunk, and saying how he's being weird to her and how he's supposed to be, like, why he acting like that towards her. And I'm not gonna lie, they did, like, chat and probably talk a little bit, but it wasn't nothing to the point to where she should have really been in his face doing as much as she was doing. But she was in his face and she was like being drunk. So that's just like, these are how we should have known we were drunk and we should have went home. I'm the only one that's starting to sober up at this point. I'm becoming into a sound mind because one, I'm on alert because none of these females in here fuck with us. Like, they don't want us in here. They trying to get busy with the niggas they came here for. Like, so I'm on high alert. I'm watching my girls though. I'm letting them have their time. I'm not complaining. I'm really vibing, but I am ready to go home because I got a man. Okay, and I know he looking at my shit too, like, what the fuck is you doing? So anyways, these are just all things that I know it's a little bit all over the place, but I'm gonna try to make sure I synchronize it as much as possible. But these are just all key components as to how we know we lost the mission and we were drunk and we needed to go home. It comes to a point where me, my best friend, and like I said, Corinne, we were all downstairs in the, it was like a master room downstairs, and we were just like all down there in that room. One of the guys that was in the Airbnb, he was supposed to be, I don't know what he was supposed to be doing, but he heard our voices, and he came into the room that we was in holding up a pum pum, like a big pum pum that start with a D. It ends in echo. He come in the room and he like flexing it, talking like in our faces about what this echo is. But he doesn't know that my best friend is with infantry in the Air Force, so she knows what these different guns are. So she was like, that's not a, okay, I'm just gonna give him, this is not exactly what the numbers are because I don't even really remember because I'm not into guns like that. But just say it was like the one that he was holding was a 24. And he was like, this an Echo 9. Like flexing it, like this an Echo 9, this an Echo 9. He was like, that's not an Echo 9, that's a Echo 24. And he was like, Shawty, what you know about da-da-da-da, to lace her up. And she's lacing him up at this point. Like she like, because of this, and this. And basically telling him how she know that the is not, that the pum pum is not what he think it is. So we just in there literally having a friendly conversation. I'm not even saying anything because I don't know what they're talking about. My best friend is just talking to him and they're not even like touching or interacting, just like pointing to things and we talking. Next thing I know, Shawty come pewing around the corner. You supposed to be walking somebody outside. So I look, cause she ain't talking to me. She not talking to me. Obviously not, cause I wasn't supposed to be walking nobody outside. Mind you, Corinne in the bathroom with the door closed. So it's just me and my best friend, and it looked like it's just me, my best friend, and him, basically. But I'm just standing there, and my best friend is talking to him, but that's it, y'all. Like I cannot exaggerate this enough. She came pewing around the corner. You supposed to be walking somebody outside. I look at her, I look at him, I look at my best friend, I bust out laughing. I start laughing because I'm drunk. Like, I just start laughing because you in trouble. That's what I was thinking about here. I'm like, oh, you in trouble. Like, it don't have nothing to do with me. Like, I should have just minded my business. So, I guess she felt some type of way about me laughing. So she said, she was just standing there with her hand on her hip like somebody's mama. She was like,
instead, you in here with 2 bitches. And then it's these bitches.
Bitch, who the fuck you talking to?
these bitches? Who is these bitches? Who are we these bitches? Who are these bitches? Who are they? Like, who are they? Because the only bitches in here is me and my best friend, and we don't know him and we don't know you. So, like, who is these bitches? So, long story short, shawty pumes up the stairs. I don't know what she said, but I pume up the motherfuckers behind her. Because at this point, I'm on go and I'm ready to go. Because, like I said, I'm tipsy. The animosity been weird all night long. And it's a house full of them. I'm ready to go. Because if I don't go, then it's finna go. Like, it's finna go down. So, like, we need to go. So I go upstairs and I say to my friends, really nice and loudly, so that everybody in the living room that was remaining could hear me. Because at this time, it was my friends, they was sitting on like bar stools at the bar. It was a couple girls in the living room, and then right outside, in the kitchen, it was a patio door right here. Right outside that patio door was more females and ninjas. So dude came rushing upstairs behind old girl when she stumped off or whatever, and was like, but you in here with these bitches. When she stumped off, he went running behind her. I went running behind them. So when I come up the stairs, I look my friends in their faces, and I say very nice and loudly beside the patio door, ain't nobody in here gonna do me shit.
Oh, that the fuck serious?
Like, you serious?
Nah, hold up though, bro. Hold up though. That the fuck.
Nobody in here gonna do me a motherfucking thing. Because at this point, I just needed it. I felt like it needed to be known that, like, I'm not scared of y'all. Like, y'all are trying to intimidate me the best way y'all can, but, like, I'm not scared of y'all. I don't understand why y'all me-mugging us, why it has to be an issue. One, we're not here for none of the dudes here. Two, we're just girls. Like, we're literally just girls. We just dancing, we're drinking, we're here to have a good time. Why y'all can't be on the same shit? But females do be weird, so I digress. So I'm like, ain't nobody in here gonna do me shit. So immediately, my best friend, she come up the stairs, she standing behind me. She like, what's the word? What we doing?
What's the word? What we doing? Yeah. Look at the way.
Like, she on whatever I'm on. And respectfully, as she should be, because that's my best friend. We ride or die. We ride and die every single time behind each other. So she on whatever I'm on. Regina, she's just like that. She's on whatever I'm on. So when I said what I said about ain't nobody gonna do me shit, one girl that was sitting in the living room, she stumps outside the patio door past me, but I missed it. I didn't even pay her no attention because I'm facing my friends. I'm like, ain't nobody gonna do me shit. She pewing past me, she go out the door. So when she go out the door, instantly, like, it's all happening faster than I'm describing it. But instantly, my friends, well, not all of my friends, but literally Gretchen and Regina, they rushed to the door. And I ended up finding out later it's because a girl walked out of the living room out the door. I'm facing them, so I'm not even paying attention to the door. He run outside. They, I guess to go summon the troops, they run to the door. So now my attention's at the door. Regina and Gretchen, they at the door like, what the fuck is the problem? Blah, 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 blah. We've been being cool all night long. Like, what is up? Like, I'm not gonna play none of this. Like, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying shit. Because I said what the fuck I said. I said, ain't nobody in here gonna do me a fucking thing. And I meant just that. Thank you. I meant just that. So I wasn't saying nothing. They was arguing. They was going back and forth. The girls at this point have rushed to the door. It's girls at the door. It's ninjas in between. And then it's my homegirls at the door. So at this point, I'm just pissed. I'm infuriated because it's like, we've really been being cool all night long. And it's just like, these bitches, y'all staring at us, like y'all calling us out our names, like y'all doing the most. We really chilling. We ain't did y'all nothing all night long. Literally, even when y'all took the trays from us at the club, we was not tripping. We went to the bar and went and brought our own drinks. Like, we was not fazed by y'all at all. So my friends, they arguing at the door. Gretchen is like, mind you, y'all, Gretchen will really not hurt a fly. Gretchen really wouldn't bust a grape. But I don't know, she must have just been feeling it that night. But she was the main one at the door. She was like, y'all got my friend up, like, what's going on? We've been being cool all night, like, da 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 da. I'm about to get ready to go. Y'all doing too much. Mind you, Gretchen's the driver. So she's like, I'm about to get ready to go. Da 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 da. Thank you. Can we go? I mean, seriously, we lost the point of the mission a long time ago. So she's saying how we finna get ready to go and blah blah blah. So in the midst of all of this, Regina started walking downstairs. She like, come on y'all, let's go. We finna go. Cause these bitches ain't gonna do shit. And they got us split up. Cause Regina be on whatever I'm on. That's how we used to be. Like I said, me and Regina was like this. Yes, my best friend is here, so I know I'm good regardless. But me and Regina was like this in the friend group. So when I rock, she rock. When she rock, I rock. Period. And this night, it just showed me. It showed me that. It put it in perspective for me. Once she definitely put it in perspective another time. I can tell y'all this story if y'all want to know. But it's just so sad that we not friends no more. But anyways, so she like, we finna go. So she start walking downstairs. In the midst of her walking down the steps, Gretchen's still at the door. Blair goes up to the door. She pulled Gretchen back and she look at one of the niggas and she go, trying to like, first of all, I'm upset because you pulling Gretchen away and you trying to like de-escalate a situation with ninjas. Like, talking about, all I heard was, what's y'all side of the story? Y'all, I'm telling y'all, this whole, it went by so fast, but I just remember her pulling Gretchen back and I just heard, what's y'all side of the story? Or like, side of the story. I don't remember exactly what she said, but all I know is it triggered me. Because, as y'all can see by the title, I don't care about nothing you talking about. I don't care if you feel like this they Airbnb, this they property, we wrong, blah, 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 blah. If you roll with me, and you came with me and you call yourself my friend, if it's not my side, then who fucking side is it? It's either my side or no fucking side. It's either my side or you a fucking enemy too, bitch. It's either my side or go over there with them hoes. It's either my side or square that shit up, bitch, because I'm finna whip your ass too. It's like, it's either my side or never fuck with me again. Like, I don't fuck with shit like that. Like, if we ride together, we ride together. Like, we're out of town. We 2 hours away from home, like I said. Everybody in this Airbnb came here together. They're gonna leave together. We're guests. You either ride with me or you don't ride at all. Seriously. And that's just how I felt at that night. So when I heard her like trying to de-escalate the situation and try to talk to them and try to figure out their side, I exploded. I'm like, girl, what is you doing? I said, like, I'm literally like, what are you doing? What you mean they side? What is you, who side? It's my side or no side. And I said they got us fucked up. And she over here like, but I've known him for a long time and I'm just trying to see what's going on. And what Rich Homie Quan say? She wasn't talking about nothing as far as I was concerned. Like, she had me so fucked up. So in the midst of all of that, Gretchen, she stopped fussing at the girl. Like, her mind switched, because once she pulled her away from the door, and it all happened so fast. Once she pulled her away from the door, Blair started talking to them. I started talking at Blair. Gretchen started talking to Blair and me, and she was like, y'all need to stop. We not arguing in front of them. Let's go. So she cut it real short. My best friend behind me like, fuck that bitch. Like, what's up? She cut it short. She cut the argument short. She started telling us to let's go outside, let's go outside. No, because at the end of the day, what side? What side are we talking about? Like, because y'all, what side? What side? What side is she trying to get? What side? Like, I just kept saying that. Like, what side? What side? What side? I was really like perplexed. I couldn't understand. I'm like, I gotta be on candy camera or something, because what side? You see how I instantly said what I said and everybody else hopped on tens and they was trying to fix, like, they trying to address the issue. You talking about you trying to see both sides. Is you Ava? Is you opposition, bitch? Fuck. Down the steps at this point. I'm still walking down the steps even though I'm fussing. Like, I'm still leaving. I'm like, yeah, let's just leave, because at the end of the day, this ain't our shit. Like, let's just go. And I'm talking to my best friend, walking down the steps. In the midst of us walking down the steps, as if you didn't already piss me off, Blair turns and she starts fussing. Yes, let's just go, cause y'all act like y'all don't know how to handle y'all liquor, and y'all are drunk, and y'all da 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 da, and blah 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 blah. Like, yelling, screaming, hollering. I already told y'all why she got her name, because her voice is so loud and aggravating. So she's screaming and she hollering. And I'm like, okay. Anywho, like, I try to ignore her. Literally, I'm like, anywho. And I'm trying to like walk down the steps. She's still screaming. At this point, I'm walking down the steps and she's standing on the steps, so she's in my face. And she's still screaming. She's like, yes, let's go. Come on. Because I'm the only one that can handle my liquor. Like, trying to act like she's not drunk too. And I don't like, I'm sorry, I do not like that in a friend. Like, if we're all under the influence, we're all under the influence. Stop trying to act like you're above and beyond and you're not drunk as us. Like, stop trying to act like you're the mom of the group, especially when you're the worst one. So she doing all that screaming and hollering. I'm paying her dust, because at this point, you trying to get a reaction out of me. So she's screaming and hollering. She's still screaming and hollering. So I'm like, it's like a ticking time bomb. It's like tick, tick, tick. I'm about to give you what you fucking asking for. So I literally turn to her and I go, stop screaming in my motherfucking face. Stop screaming in my motherfucking face. Like that. Like, I literally turned up on her because stop screaming in my face. And so from there, y'all, it literally went to 1,000. Like, I'm like, stop screaming in my face. You got me fucked up. Like, and so we started getting into it. Y'all can just imagine how that go. I'm not gonna go into full detail, but like, we was just full on blown arguing outside of this Airbnb. Mind you, we was not supposed to even be at this Airbnb. This Airbnb had nothing to do with us. Had we went home, we would not be going through this. So let me hurry up, because I think my SD card is about to run out of storage. We're supposed to be getting in the car to leave, but I'm pissed and I'm hot and I'm like, I cannot get in the car with her, and she's still screaming and hollering. Y'all, she was still fussing and cussing and screaming and yelling and hollering in the truck. I'm like, I'm not getting in the car with her and she doing all that. I'm not getting in the car with her and she's doing all that. I will come across that seat and beat her ass. Like, I cannot get in the car with her when she's doing all that. So somebody's gonna have to calm her down. So I'm on 1,000. I'm talking to the boy who Airbnb it is, and I'm like, I can't get in the car with her. She starts crying to a whole other group of dudes, and I'm like, why are you crying? Why are you crying to them? Like, now you're doing the absolute most, because it really wasn't even that serious. You just needed to stop yelling, get in the car, and we could have rolled home easy. But she's turned up, she's crying, so now I'm even more mad, because I'm like, now you're trying to victimize yourself, and now you're trying to make it seem like I'm doing too much and like I'm the bad person. And her biggest thing throughout our whole friendship is she likes to try to embarrass me. I picked up on that. And that's why we're not friends to this day. So she just kept going on and on and on and on and on. At this point, I don't call my mama, my best friend calling whoever she calling. She like, we could Uber. Like, we could Uber all the way back home, or somebody could come get us, but like, we don't have to get in the car with her. And I'm like, exactly. So Regina ends up coming to us, and she's like, listen, you know we locked in. It's gonna always be you over these bitches. That's what she told me that night, y'all. She said, we locked in. I'm gonna always pick your side. Regardless, if you feel like she wrong, she wrong. But I need you to calm down. We too far. I need you to get in the car, and I need to go home. We need to all go home. I brought you here. I need you to come home with me. So I understood what she was saying. I proceeded to just like walk a little bit and calm myself down. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get in the car. I'm gonna get in the car. It is what it is. I'm just gonna get in the car. So I end up getting in the car or whatever, and she's still she's still going on and on and on. And so at this point, I'm texting my best friend. I'm like, she needs to shut the fuck up. Like, she needs to shut the fuck up, because if she don't, like, it's gonna be a bigger problem than it has to be. And they tried to get us to talk it out, but I was just like, honestly, I want her to stop talking to me. I'm like, that's y'all friend, because she's no longer my friend after tonight. You try to embarrass me in front of ninjas. You try to embarrass me in front of females we don't even know. I'm like, we came here together. At the end of the day, it's nobody's side but my side, period. And I just feel like that's how it should have been. It should have never been no ifs, ands, or buts about the conversation. And so we basically going back and forth in the truck. And then I told her, just shut the fuck up talking to me and stop talking to me. And from there, we literally rode all the way back in silence with the music up. She was still talking about it to them, but like they had the music up, and me and my best friend was just talking to each other. So I had just tuned her out. I stopped listening, stopped talking to her. But then eventually we ended up running out of gas, y'all. After all of this shit, we ended up running out of fucking gas. So we were stuck with each other for an additional hour and some change, and it just ended up being a long drawn out night that it really didn't need to be. It's just like, at the end of the day, we came this far together. We're friends. You pick my side or no side, and that's just how I see it. And if you think I'm wrong, leave it in the comments. If you think she's wrong, leave it in the comments. At the end of the day, so basically, to make a long story short, in case like y'all a little bit, I don't know if I'm even telling this right or in order, like, but basically we rode up the road together. We went out together. We was talking about the energy being off all night. So you knew what the vibe was. You already knew that, like, for the most part, all of us was feeling some type of way about how these girls was acting. Even you were in the group chat talking about it with us. And then to sit there and act like, what's the problem? Why are y'all acting like that? Why are y'all acting irate? What's going on? Because you're trying to save face in front of some dudes. Like, I've never been the type to care about no dudes. I don't care. Like, I do not care about no dudes. I care about my respect. And at the end of the day, I'm not finna let these random girls that I don't even know disrespect me. Like, it's just not finna go down like that. And so I basically was just standing up for my respect. And yeah, so we ended up getting stuck on the side of the road, running out of gas. Somebody came, they gave us gas. We ended up getting to Gretchen's house. Me and my best friend got in my car, and we got the fuck out of there as fast as we the fuck could. And basically, I just felt some type of way about that. And then Blair ended up apologizing, and Regina was apologizing for Blair first, basically saying that's just how she is. She's just very loud. Sometimes she could be aggressive. Sometimes she could be a little bit too much. And I'm like, okay, well, she made her match with me. Like, you're not finna be all up in my face doing too much, like, when we supposed to be putting that energy towards something else. So yeah, basically, I did end up forgiving her though, and that wasn't our last encounter where we got into it. So if y'all want to know another story about how me and Blair got into it and why we kept being friends, then leave it in the comments down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this story. I hope I wasn't all over the place. Stop at like keeping it all, like letting it all flow. I hope the names didn't confuse y'all. If y'all don't like knowing all the names at the beginning and y'all rather know them like as the people come up, then y'all put that in the comments as well. Y'all can really put anything in the comments. Y'all can put a heart in the comments. Y'all can tell me I'm pretty in the comments. You can leave a compliment for anybody else in the comments. And I hope to see you in my next video. And thank you for almost getting me to 1,000 subscribers. Keep liking and commenting all my content. Keep sharing it. Keep sending it out. Keep showing me love, because that's how we'll grow. And that's how I'll be able to keep making these videos. I got more cooking content coming out for y'all because I know y'all love to see me cook. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.